Hi, it's Jeff Kober, and we welcome you to another edition of Disney News on Parade. Tonight I bring you here from the Magic Kingdom. I think you can tell where I'm at. We're here in Pinocchio's Village House. To one side of me is Prince Charming's Regal Carousel. On the other side you see Mickey's Filler Magic. And then beyond that, of course, you see the lovely Cinderella Castle. I chose this position because I thought it was a good place to see the traffic behind me. It's a very busy night here at the Magic Kingdom, and I want to talk about that a little bit later on, why it's so busy and the effect of those crowds being so busy. But there are a lot of other things going on in the Magic Kingdom I want to cover first. And by the way, you'll want to check out our notes page that's attached to this. We'll have a lot of different photos from throughout the Magic Kingdom. Probably the biggest thing I noticed when I arrived here this afternoon was that the center forest that had always been in the middle of the large parking lot of the Magic Kingdom, that entire forest has been essentially mowed down. You can see from one side of the parking lot to the other, and it's quite a dramatic view. That space could easily hold an entire super Walmart, including the store itself. And I asked one cast member what was going to happen to that space. They said it was going to be turned into additional parking lot facilities. So more to come on that. It's already one of the biggest parking lots you can find anywhere. This is going to really add immensely to the parking lot. I wonder if it might even change perhaps the flow of the trams. Maybe not. But it was a noticeable difference. I went to the resort monorail because I want to take photos of the construction going on to the bridge that's happening between Magic Kingdom and Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. Unfortunately, that monorail system was closed, which again adds up to my average that about 1 out of every 3 times I go to enjoy the monorail, it's down. Pretty disappointing. I did ride Monorail Green on the expressway over, and I did appreciate the interior. Check out the photo that's on there. It also gave me a chance to see the finished out berms or walls that were on the Tomorrowland side, hugging close. Before that was just kind of a sloping hill. Now they've added these berm areas, I suppose to reinforce the hill. Not sure exactly what's up for. It looks nice, but also had a chance to see below me construction that was happening at the entryway to the Magic Kingdom. Unfortunately, like the construction going on in the parking lot, a lot of this construction sure is taking a lot of time. In fact, I have to admit, it's been about a month since I've been here to the Magic Kingdom. I'm usually at the parks 2 or 3 times a week, but with all of the construction going on right now at the entranceway with the parking lot at the Magic Kingdom and even at the entry to the Magic Kingdom itself, it's been a little painful getting in and out of the park as a guest that would drive their car. I had the opportunity to head over to Tomorrowland first after I got down Main Street, USA. And I probably need to write another article on this. I'll probably include a photo or two, but I probably need to do a post that focuses on what I refer to as the bleaching of Tomorrowland. With new paint jobs, a new entryway, new signage, it's kind of being restored to what was its original look and feel back in the mid-1970s, a sort of mid-century 70s look to the resort. And there are some things that are working out really well. They've added new chairs to Tomorrowland Terrace. Too bad they don't actually open up the Tomorrowland Terrace other than through dessert parties. And of course, I've loved the paint job that they did on the Carousel of Progress. Still, there's a lot of white and minimalist kind of look, which in the Florida sun during the summertime is just glaring and is not really working. At any rate, I'll have some photos on that and probably a post in the not too distant future. Took the opportunity to ride the People Mover. Love the People Mover. I did a post about a couple of months ago about some challenges on the People Mover. It's so difficult because so many of the cars are inoperable, and then the system goes down every once in a while. I mean, like about once an hour. So that backs up the queue going in what should not be a queue. In the earlier days of the People Mover, there was never a queue to this attraction, or barely anything more than 2 or 3 minutes. And now it's at least a 15-minute queue getting onto that attraction. The car I'm in, I took a photo of it. Again, disappointing. We'll put a link out to the previous article I did on this, on the People Mover. It did give me an opportunity to see progress being made on the new Tron coaster. The exterior beams are up. That track has not been laid, but the beams are there. Difficult to see where the train is coming through on all of this, but it's really exciting to see the Tron light cycle coaster coming in to Tomorrowland. A couple other nice little touches. I have some photos on the pathway that leads from Fantasyland to Sleepy Hollow Refreshments. Widened, looks really nice. They've done a great job on that. Of course, if they had taken out some of the tables originally, which there are no tables now between Sleepy Hollow and the moat, they probably would have had enough space to begin with to get traffic through there. But still, it's really great to see some of that traffic improved upon. I'll show some other photos from my experience here at the Magic Kingdom. I do want to share one concern that I've had, particularly this time of year, which is a lovely time of year to be at the parks. It's kind of frustrating because the park can be closed 3-4 nights a week for the Halloween party and later on for the Christmas party. That means that the nights in which there is no party, the park is a lot more crowded. That's why I'm showing you the crowds behind me. Easily 55,000 in this park tonight. Big crowd. What makes this incredibly difficult is with the fireworks at 9, the park closes at 10. And it seemed to me that in other days, in other years, the park was closing much later. When there's only an hour distance between the fireworks and closing time, that means that from about 9:20, 25, when the fireworks conclude, up until the next hour and a half to 2 hours, the congestion leaving the park is overwhelming. It is really, really difficult. My wife, not planning it out a couple of weeks ago, had the experience of really waiting in line for the better part of an hour and a half to get back out to her car from leaving the Magic Kingdom. I think this is a real miss. The park needs to stay open later when there aren't as many nights where the park is open. And I just would suggest to you that if you're attending one of those nights where there's not a party, know that it could get very congested. I prefer finding the attraction with the longest queue and getting into that attraction 1 minute prior to closing, enjoying that attraction, maybe doing some shopping on Main Street and trying to be the last person out. If the park closes at 10, you can expect that shops will stay open till 11 and then start closing their doors on Main Street, but you could still do some shopping until about 11:30. That's about the time you really want to head out to your car or to any other location you may be going to. Again, I'll have plenty of show notes on this. You may also want to catch my most recent podcast where we talk about Disney parks being rated first as #1 by Newsweek in terms of amusement parks in America, but the Disney Cruise Line being named #1 of all service providers against retail, hotels, anything you can name, automobile dealerships, hospitals. It has been named #1 above all other products and services. You may want to check that out. I want to talk a little bit about that in our podcast because it talks about why is it that Disney Cruise Line provides a greater level of service than what the Disney parks provide, both at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. So check that out. You may want to look at that. Take a look again at our notes page for this. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our podcast. And again, hope to see you in the parks. If you're coming our way, give me a note. I'll treat you over at the parks in exchange for a little video where you can share your favorite moments when you visit Disney. Again, thanks for joining us, whether it's work or play. Remember, follow the compass of your heart. Good night.